monthly salary of $3,000. But she managed to mingle with New York's top ultra-rich purely by her own efforts. What tricks did she ultimately use to make every rich young man fall at her feet? Other fake socialites only knew how to flatter, fantasizing that they could earn a rich person's smile. But Anna did the opposite. She deliberately went up to a real socialite, parading her knowledge of art. Waiting until the woman was about to buy the painting in front of her, she put on an expression of disdain and annoyance directed towards another painting in the corner of the room, saying very proudly that this was the most valuable masterpiece in the entire art exhibition. The socialite heard this and felt extremely amused. Who would spend $1 million to buy a celebrity selfie? But Anna spoke with authority, and her confident expression instantly sparked the woman's interest. The woman even thought she was an employee of the art gallery, but Anna put on a contemptuous expression, saying she herself had never needed to work. Anything she wanted, her father would buy for her. The image of a rich young lady, both arrogant and fashionable, was instantly created. Thanks to that, Anna quickly infiltrated the social circle of the upper class. Thanks to this connection, everyone was certain of Anna's identity as a rich young lady. Because of this, she also met Chase, a young heir who was starting a business. The two were kindred spirits and became intimate that night. To win Anna over, Chase spared no expense, taking her around the world. The combination of talented man and beautiful woman quickly became a sensation online. Every place they visited became a famous check-in spot. That day, Chase saw a friend's status on Anna's phone, learning that an upper-class friend was hosting a private party in Bali. Also attending was a famous business tycoon. He immediately told Anna to message that friend to arrange a chance encounter. Sure enough, that generous friend quickly invited the two of them to the party. Chase was excited, wanting to book plane tickets immediately to fly to Bali. But Anna was dirt poor. How could she afford expensive first-class tickets? She began to use her clever way with words again, lying that she had recently argued with her father, so all her credit cards were blocked. This flimsy excuse surprisingly didn't make Chase suspicious, and he generously declared that he would cover all expenses. Before long, they flew to the luxurious yacht of the upper-class friend. Here, Anna experienced true upper-class life for the first time. Seeing the party was about to end, Chase seized the opportunity to introduce his project to the tycoon, but these big shots generally didn't bother much with newcomers. Even the upper-class friend thought that discussing business at a relaxing private party was very tactless. To prevent friends from gossiping, the upper-class friend quickly intervened. As for Anna, she didn't want Chase to miss this opportunity. Otherwise, who would be her ATM? Anna went straight up to the tycoon and loudly asked if older people became more timid. Initially, she told her father to invest in TikTok, but her father didn't listen to the advice of young people, missing out on a business opportunity worth hundreds of millions of dollars. These sharp words made everyone present so terrified they didn't even dare breathe heavily. The upper-class friend next to them kept signaling Anna to immediately stop this rude conversation. Unexpectedly, the tycoon not only wasn't angry, but also praised Anna. This was the first time he had met such a bold young person. Right there on the spot, he decided to invest $1 million in her boyfriend's project. Not only that, he also offered Anna a partnership. But faced with this once-in-a-thousand-years opportunity, she refused. After all, the image of a top rich young lady didn't allow her to work for others. However, good things didn't last long. Anna's ordinary commoner ways were quickly exposed in front of the upper-class friend. After the party ended, because Anna and Chase hadn't had enough fun, they secretly returned to the yacht, fully enjoying the expensive and high-end services on board. This was not a small expense. The upper-class friend was extremely angry after finding out, without regard for their relationship, angrily yelling at Anna for being shameless and ordering them to immediately get off the yacht. From then on, the upper-class friend cut off contact with Anna. Losing the support of the upper-class friend, Chase also gradually began to doubt Anna's identity as a rich young lady, because she always found excuses for him to buy luxury goods, and every time it came time to pay, she would say her bank card was frozen. He asked their mutual fashion designer friend to secretly check Anna's personal documents. Sure enough, Anna's last name on the documents was not German nobility at all, but just a common name. Knowing Anna's true identity, Chase was no longer as gentle as before, immediately blocking Anna's supplementary card. Faced with her boyfriend's harsh questioning, Anna, with her strong mental fortitude, was not afraid at all. On the contrary, she loudly declared that she used a fake identity to live out a fantasy. After that, she turned the attack towards Chase, saying he only cared about her aristocratic identity and her father's immense fortune. Chase was so angry he was stunned, unable to speak clearly, roaring that since they met, Anna had never spent a single penny. Even buying a bottle of water was paid for by him. Even though Chase was speaking the truth, Anna could still handle it easily, saying that not paying was because her rich father didn't support their relationship, and that's why he blocked her bank card. For you, I don't even need my father, and yet you still doubt my identity. Looking at Anna's confident expression, Chase believed her again. To show his remorse, he not only paid the half-year rent that Anna owed, but also generously gave her another supplementary card. Upon receiving the card, Anna was happy and relaxed, and without hesitation, she started shopping wildly. However, she was still not satisfied with her current life. By chance, she discovered an ultra-rich woman named Nora who seemed very fond of Chase. She wasn't jealous at all, but even advised Chase to move into her house. Whenever she saw her laughing and talking happily with Chase, she would turn a blind eye. Anna knew that if she could just win her trust, she could consider herself to have put half a foot into the upper class. But whenever Nora hosted a party, she would only bring Chase along. As for Anna, she would show disdain and mockery. Anna had no choice but to take the initiative. That morning, she woke up very early before Nora, deliberately standing in front of the artwork she had just bought, showing off her knowledge of art. Before long, she had the chance to go shopping with Nora. At the party, Anna met people who only appeared in the news for the first time. Although she appeared calm, inwardly, she was still a little nervous. To close the gap with these upper-class ladies, Anna immediately searched for information about them on Google. She discovered that, led by Nora, several upper-class women had founded many charities. This was a familiar money-making tactic of the rich. Anna was immediately inspired, declaring that she also had a charity abroad and now wanted to start one in New York just for fun. Before she could continue talking enthusiastically, Nora said a few perfunctory words and then left her standing aside. The only person she could rely on was her boyfriend, but Chase was busy giving speeches everywhere to attract investment capital, completely without time to pay attention to her. Anna could only cling tightly to Nora, shamelessly forcing her way into the upper-class parties, but she always remained an outsider, not being taken seriously. Sitting in a corner, ignored by everyone. It was a long time before Nora finally came to find her, and it was only to ask her to go run errands for food. The worst thing was that during the party, Anna accidentally learned that the speech Chase was supposed to attend had been canceled long ago. Looking at the check-in photos Chase posted on social media, Anna immediately became furious. She repeatedly called Chase dozens of times, but no one answered. Having no other choice, she went to the office herself to find him. Unexpectedly, Chase's company had gone bankrupt long ago and owed employees several months' salary. Now, he had fled back to his hometown to escape debt. Anna immediately exploded in rage. Until now, only she had ever deceived others. How could she be deceived? After searching multiple times, she found Chase's house. She angrily questioned him why he pretended to be a rich heir to deceive her. Chase explained that if he didn't use the identity of a rich heir, he fundamentally couldn't attract investment capital from those rich people. He begged Anna to keep quiet in front of Nora, saying that if he could just stall for these 2 days, he would receive $3 million in investment money from her. At that time, he would take Anna to escape to another city to start over. But Anna, with her unpredictable ambition, how could she value this paltry $3 million? Outwardly, she agreed to Chase's request, but turned around and told Nora the truth. Anna said Chase was about to go bankrupt and turned herself into a victim, falsely blaming Chase for making her lose several $1,000,000. Now, she only hoped Nora would cut her losses in time and not follow the same path. Sure enough, after knowing the truth, Nora's attitude towards Anna completely changed. She began to turn towards supporting Anna's charity. As for Chase, she was cold. That evening, after a big argument on the balcony, Nora kicked Chase out of her villa. Anna witnessed it all, inwardly filled with smug satisfaction. Men were just stepping stones to her. From then on, the relationship between Nora and Anna became increasingly close. She not only brought her along to various cocktail parties, but also announced to outsiders that Anna was her favorite protege. With Nora's strong backing, Anna's status also soared, quickly becoming a new star in the upper class. No matter what she said, there was always a crowd of people agreeing and flattering her. By now, Chase also realized that his very own partner had betrayed him. After a big argument with Anna, he fled to Dubai to escape debt. As for Anna, who received Nora's deep trust, she became increasingly arrogant. She often secretly charged her debts to Nora's name. Gradually, Anna acquired countless limited edition handbags and designer clothes. But paper cannot wrap fire. That evening, Nora suddenly received a call from her secretary, informing her that a nearby luxury goods store had tens of thousands of dollars in mismatched bills. Anna heard this and was terrified inwardly. She knew she couldn't stay any longer. That evening, she packed up all her belongings and fled in the night. As the one who suffered the loss, Nora couldn't do anything to Anna either. After all, she was the one who had vouched for Anna, and if this matter was exposed, she would become the laughingstock of the entire upper class. Now, with countless luxury goods on her, Anna became even more confident, drawing up elaborate schemes in front of the tycoons. She said she just needed to find a way to raise $40 million, rent the most expensive office building in New York, and she wouldn't have to worry about no one investing in her charity. But based solely on empty words, fundamentally, no one was willing to invest in her. Even borrowing money from the bank also required a strong guarantor. So Anna targeted the golden investor, Alan. She confidently drew up her business plan, but in the eyes of industry professionals, Anna had no market research nor any relevant work experience. Everything was based solely on imagination to conceive such a big business deal. He didn't dare to stand as a guarantor for Anna. Faced with Alan's barrage of questions, Anna had no choice but to leave in embarrassment. But she wouldn't give up easily. After discovering he had a daughter her age, Anna immediately got an idea. She took off her Chanel suit, replacing it with a professional businesswoman's outfit, and went to see Alan again. She looked aggrieved, saying if his daughter was also starting a business like her, but constantly faced difficulties due to her youthful appearance, would he feel heartbroken? Sure enough, a daughter is always a father's weakness, and these words helped Anna get 10 minutes to present herself. After quickly agreeing on the big plan, Anna also gave Alan an invitation for him to see her elite team and upper-class circle of friends at the evening party. Anna comfortably moved among the big figures. She just needed to talk like a rich person and easily became the center of the party. Such skilled behavior forced Alan to believe her identity. For rich people, connections symbolize a continuous cash flow. If Anna could truly build a promising charity, then he could also benefit. Alan was stunned by the deception, as if brainwashed, and worked desperately for Anna for 2 whole months without receiving a single penny. He was full of enthusiasm, confident that Anna would succeed, and then without hesitation signed the guarantee for a $40 million loan for her. During this time, Alan and Anna's fund manager in Germany exchanged phone calls countless times. The professional questions and documents were so perfect they were beyond reproach, and the loan quickly entered the approval stage. But in reality, that so-called manager was Anna herself. She had spent less than $10 online to buy a virtual phone number, then linked it to an IP address in Germany, and used voice-changing software to disguise herself. Anna's tricks didn't stop there. To get to know more people from the upper class, she through a friend of a friend got access to a helicopter to go give speeches everywhere. But right before takeoff, the airport staff still hadn't received Anna's wire transfer. Faced with suspicion, Anna said haughtily, "I've already transferred the money. If you haven't received it, that's your network system's problem." After saying that, she made an excuse about having an urgent matter, turned around, and left grandly, without ever looking back. The airport staff also couldn't do anything to her. After all, young heirs and socialites spent money very liberally. Perhaps Anna was just careless. The money would surely arrive eventually. She had no money at all, but was staying at a 5-star hotel. As soon as she lay down on the sofa, she acted more glamorous than anyone else. The tips she gave the service staff were all from $100 upwards. The lobby manager, Neff, looking at her from head to toe, dressed head to toe in designer clothes, and having a slightly foreign accent, she naturally considered Anna a wealthy lady traveling to the US, then marked her as a special VIP customer to please Anna and earn more tips. Before mealtime, Neff reserved the best seat for her, even personally paying out of pocket to buy a bottle of champagne worth thousands of dollars as a gift for Anna. This series of actions naturally attracted Anna's attention. Why refuse service delivered to your door? Anna deliberately asked Neff to help her print documents. When she saw the information about renting the most expensive office building in New York, Neff became even more certain she hadn't misjudged the person. From then on, Neff served even more devotedly. Regarding Anna's requests, she not only did everything well, but also directly put her name on the VIP customer list. The service staff at high-end luxury venues in New York spread the word, and in the blink of an eye, everyone knew about this wealthy German lady. To give Anna a good shopping experience, salespeople even agreed to let her buy on credit. As long as she liked an item, she didn't need to pay a single penny. Someone would carry bags of all sizes back to the hotel. In just a short week, the tips in Neff's hand were already a thick stack of US dollars. Not only that, she was also very observant. When she saw Anna being bothered by a business contact, but it wasn't convenient to refuse directly, as a considerate concierge, she always found the perfect excuse to help Anna escape. After a few times, Neff gained Anna's favor, and Neff could also experience even the lavish gatherings that others only dreamed of. The payment methods of the rich further broadened her horizons. Everyone threw their cards onto the table. Anna just needed to randomly pick a card with her eyes closed, and the nearly $1 million expense in one night would quickly be paid by someone. Anna also proactively bought Neff a lot of designer clothes and took her to experience a private ladies' class sauna room together. The close actions and friendly attitude quickly won Neff's affection. Although at first she only wanted to earn Anna's tips, but now she truly considered this wealthy young lady a friend. It must be said that Anna was very skilled at winning people over. Now she just needed to keep extending her stay at the hotel, waiting for the bank's $40 million loan to be disbursed, and she could become a real millionaire. But things didn't go as smoothly as Anna imagined. That day, the hotel owner's son came for a meeting. To receive praise from the young heir, Neff specifically clarified that she had served Anna very well. The two young heirs heard this and were bewildered, saying they fundamentally didn't know any Anna. Neff quickly reminded them that Anna was the German noblewoman who intended to rent the most expensive office building in New York, and she was also their father's distinguished guest. But the young heirs insisted that they had never heard of this matter. Furthermore, if Anna was their father's distinguished guest, she would be staying in the presidential suite, not an ordinary room. This conversation immediately stirred unease in Neff's heart. She began to doubt Anna's identity. Neff went up to Anna to inquire, why did the hotel's young heirs say they didn't know her? Seeing the truth was about to be exposed, Anna calmly said, I only dealt with their father. It's normal for them not to know. I'm not staying in the presidential suite to keep a low profile. Seeing her calm expression, Neff believed her again. But when she turned away, she heard the manager complaining that the bank card number Anna left when checking in was incorrect and couldn't be charged. The manager worried Anna was a scammer, telling Neff to immediately find Anna to settle the room bill. But Neff didn't think so. Someone who gave tips of $100 or more, how could they be a scammer? She told the manager not to overthink it. She would get Anna's card number. But at this moment, Anna was calculating the money she had spent on Neff and looking for a way to escape. When paying for dinner, the service staff suddenly announced that the card Anna provided couldn't be used to pay. No matter how many cards she switched, it didn't work. Anna was too familiar with this situation. She insisted her card was fine. It must be the restaurant's payment system that was broken. Neff didn't want to lose face publicly and quickly offered to pay the bill. But inwardly she calculated. The tips Anna gave were getting smaller and smaller. The hotel's debt bill was getting longer and longer, and she gradually became uneasy. The next day at work, she heard from a colleague that since the day Anna checked in, other than tips, Anna hadn't paid any expenses. Even the restaurant bills were charged to the room bill. She angrily found Anna still leisurely shopping, questioning her why she pretended to be rich to deceive her, and at the same time demanded Anna quickly pay the outstanding hotel room bill. Seeing the bank's $40 million loan was about to be disbursed at this critical moment, Anna didn't dare reveal any flaws, saying a few perfunctory words to appease Neff and then dismissed her. But when Anna returned to the hotel, she was informed by the manager that all her personal belongings in the room would be temporarily held until she settled the costs. Anna's pockets were cleaner than her face at this point. How could she have money to pay? No one knows how she spent that night. However, early the next morning, she received a $200,000 loan approved from another bank. After quickly settling all bills, she took her pile of luxury goods, left the hotel with her head held high, starting her next scam. The dishwasher girl pretending to be socialite Anna stayed put in the luxurious hotel to eat, drink, and scam, and still acted rich by booking the entire garden room floor to borrow money from the bank. She even specially invited a professional photographer to film a 360-degree video about her startup experience. The level of spending made even the experienced celebrity fitness coach astonished. They fully enjoyed the private pool at the hotel, relaxing massages, and eating steaks flown in from China. After all, as long as they didn't leave the hotel, all of Anna's expenses could be charged to debt without needing to pay. But after many days of luxury at the hotel, they also felt a bit bored. Rachel suggested going to take photos at other tourist spots. Worried about being exposed, Anna showed disdain and mocked her friend for being provincial. Everything is in the hotel. Why bother going outside? Although the reason was a bit forced, it still didn't cause suspicion. At this moment, the service staff suddenly came over, telling Anna to come out for a private talk. The course of events was still the same as before. The cards Anna left with the hotel couldn't be charged. The service staff requested her to switch to a valid credit card for convenient payment. Outwardly, Anna switched cards very generously, but inwardly, she was very panicked. The $200,000 borrowed from the bank earlier had been completely spent by her. Even if she were sold now, she couldn't earn a single penny. Not long after, Casey, who accompanied them, vomited because the environment didn't suit her and had to return to New York alone. Casey's departure also made the hotel suspicious, forcing them to send several burly men to collect the debt. Seeing this, Anna not only wasn't afraid, but was also very stubborn, saying emphatically that she didn't know her card couldn't be used abroad. She had told her father's people to make a cross-border transfer, but the security staff insisted they hadn't received Anna's wire transfer. If a valid credit card wasn't produced now, don't blame them for using force to resolve it. Seeing the two sides arguing more and more fiercely, Rachel, scared, quickly stepped in to intervene. She temporarily pledged her card to the hotel, waiting to get it back when Anna's father finished transferring the money. But after all, it was her own card being pledged, and Rachel began to feel uneasy. To soothe her feelings, Anna proactively suggested taking her to the tourist spot Rachel dreamed of. Because the hotel feared they would escape the debt, they sent bodyguards to follow them closely, never leaving their side. The whole group played comfortably and took photos all day. When paying, they were informed that the cost of sightseeing couldn't be charged to the hotel bill. Helpless, Rachel had to continue being the card swiper, but her credit card was still pledged at the hotel, and the only company card she had couldn't be used for payment. So they were escorted back to the hotel by the tourist spot's bodyguards to get the card. But the hotel required her to pledge another valid card before she could get back her old credit card. At this moment, Noah realized the clues, suspecting Anna was a scammer. He advised Rachel to think carefully. If Anna really couldn't pay, the hotel would charge her company card to settle the bill. In that case, she would become a criminal for embezzling company funds. But Rachel had been severely brainwashed by Anna, confident that she would pay all these bills. Although they had a bank card as temporary collateral, their strange behavior still made the hotel worried, forcing them to send security staff to monitor them 24/7. Anna knew that if this continued, she would be exposed sooner or later. She urgently called the bank to ask about the progress of the $40 million loan. After constantly demonstrating her potential, the bank indeed believed in her financial potential. The person in charge told her that the loan application had been approved, and soon the money would be directly transferred to Anna's account. But 2 seconds later, she was informed again that before the loan was disbursed, the bank would send someone to Germany to verify Anna's family background. As soon as her noble identity was confirmed, the $40 million would be transferred immediately. Hearing this news, Anna immediately felt life was hopeless. She tried to force out an awkward smile so Noah wouldn't notice. She could only take the champagne bottle outside, drowning her sorrows in alcohol. As a close friend, Rachel could only clean up the mess and pay. But Anna's extravagant spending exceeded the affordability of Rachel, who worked for a salary. Before her savings were depleted, she decided to quickly escape. Hurriedly went back to the room to pack her luggage, making the excuse that she had urgent company business and had to leave immediately. At this moment, Anna was still constantly boasting, saying her rich father was hosting a party on his yacht and didn't have time to transfer money to her, and also said she had informed the kitchen to prepare 2 lavish dishes for a farewell party: lobster, caviar, everything was there. Hearing this, Rachel's purse tightened. Now she just wanted to quickly go home and report her bank card lost. But as soon as she left, Anna completely maxed out the bank card she had pledged at the hotel, the amount reaching $60,000. In the end, she couldn't even afford a plane ticket back home. At her wit's end, Anna targeted Casey again, whom she hadn't successfully scammed yet. She lied that all her valuable belongings had been stolen. Now she had no money at all, could only wander the streets, hoping Casey would buy her a first-class ticket, promising to transfer the money back immediately upon returning. Unexpectedly, after returning to the country, Anna went straight to Casey's place. She appeared aggrieved, crying and saying her bank card hadn't been finished yet. The allowance her father entrusted to her wouldn't be available until the 1st of next month, hoping to stay at Casey's place for a few days. Anna just put on their most expensive pajamas, drank their last bottle of red wine, staying put for 3 whole days. By the 4th day, Casey finally realized she was a scammer, and without any hesitation, kicked Anna out of the house. At this time, Rachel was also anxious about compensating the company's debt. She called Anna repeatedly for 24 hours, but on the other end, it was either off or no one answered. After she repeatedly demanded payment, that day, she finally received a transfer email from Anna. Rachel happily opened it to see, but unexpectedly, Anna only paid $5,000 out of the total $60,000. At this moment, the leader also discovered traces of the company bank card being used abroad. She advised Rachel it was best to compensate the money before the year-end audit. Otherwise, the company would make her life difficult. Rachel kept agreeing orally, but inwardly was truly panicked, because after Anna transferred $5,000, she seemed to have evaporated from the face of the earth and couldn't be contacted anymore. Helpless, she had no choice but to tell the leader the whole story from beginning to end. As soon as the leader heard, she knew Anna was a genuine scammer. She told Rachel to quickly go to the police station to report it to get the money back. But Rachel had been too severely brainwashed, firmly believing Anna was a real rich young lady, would absolutely not run away. Furthermore, reporting to the police would affect their sisterly bond. After hearing this, the leader couldn't help but scold her for being gullible. To prove her point was right, she used a different phone to call Anna, and sure enough, within 3 seconds, Anna's voice was heard on the other end. Faced with her friend's tactful debt collection, Anna arrogantly said she was staying at a certain hotel. If Rachel was in a hurry for the money, she should come to the hotel to get it from her. Rachel was overjoyed. She knew it. Anna was absolutely not a deadbeat. But when she arrived at the hotel, she only then discovered she had been tricked. Anna had disappeared long ago and still owed the hotel 3 months' room fees. The manager had contacted other hotels, putting Anna on a blacklist, and at the same time planned to sue her. Cornered by Anna, Rachel had no choice but to find Casey to lament. Casey saw her crying pathetically, so she used her connection to an older woman to lure Anna out. Of course, there was no reason to refuse when someone invited her to eat. By now, Anna still acted rich. At the restaurant, Casey had someone reserved. But when she saw Rachel, the smile on her face instantly froze. It turned out they had prepared a trap for her. Although she knew they had come to collect the debt, Anna still acted like a rich young lady, speaking without any politeness. In short, she refused to pay the $60,000. The woman next to them couldn't stand her attitude anymore, immediately lashed out verbally, saying talking so much was less useful than just transferring the money. Anna was a little annoyed. When it came to defaulting on debt, she was a master. She said arrogantly that she had just rented the most expensive office building in New York and didn't have much time to waste with petty bank card issues. But right before that, that office building had been rented by the government to be a museum. Anna's lie was exposed. She looked at the breaking news in the New York Daily News. Immediately so angry, she smashed her phone, then used the excuse of going to the restroom to escape. She wanted to go to a new hotel to continue scamming, but unexpectedly, before she could even get close, she was stopped by staff. Faced with the service staff who had previously flattered her for tips, Anna arrogantly asked him if he knew who she was. The service staff of course knew her name. Now the entire hotel industry had banned Anna. Furthermore, over 20 hotels that had been scammed had jointly sued her. But who was Anna? She wouldn't meekly sit and wait for the court to arrest her. Seeing the court date was approaching, she was still nowhere to be found. The judge considered this Anna's act of defying the law and angrily ordered her immediate arrest. As for Anna at this moment, she had thought of a way to escape. Anna took the check she had obtained for the charity, carelessly wrote a small amount, deposited the check into the bank, then went to another branch to exchange it for cash, easily obtaining $1,500 in cash. After exploiting loopholes a few times, Anna became a rich young lady again, then bought a one-way plane ticket and fled to Los Angeles, continuing a life of luxury until she ran out of cash. But her phone kept receiving debt collection messages. Annoyed, Anna simply drank red wine with sleeping pills. She also didn't forget to take a selfie and post it on social media. When she woke up, she was in the hospital. The doctor believed Anna had suicidal tendencies, advising her to stay in the hospital for a few days of observation. But Anna firmly refused to cooperate with treatment. The doctor informed her that there were many police standing outside the door, and if she didn't cooperate, she could only be handed over to the police. Hearing this, Anna immediately stopped. She knew that if she could just prove she was sick, her debts and court proceedings would be postponed. Anna cried and lamented to the doctor about her tragic background, saying her father was an abusive alcoholic and beat her whenever he was drunk. Because she didn't want to be beaten, she had formed the habit of lying since childhood. Hearing this, the doctor diagnosed Anna as having a psychological illness due to childhood trauma, needing to be sent to a mental health treatment center for a period. She thought it would be a small, dilapidated place, but unexpectedly, the environment was as luxurious as a 5-star hotel. Seeing the large private pool, Anna couldn't help but take photos and post them on social media. Who knew? This very action pushed her into the abyss. Rachel in New York saw Anna's new status and was very angry. Why did she have to bear the company's enormous debt on Anna's behalf, living miserably day after day, while Anna was still living carefree outside the law? She decided to get revenge. Rachel called Anna, lying that she was outside the mental health treatment center's gate, hoping to invite Anna for a meal to rekindle their friendship. Thinking of getting another free full meal, Anna didn't hesitate to agree. She disregarded everyone's attempts to stop her and ran out of the mental health treatment center. Only upon reaching the gate did she know the people waiting for her were the police. After Anna was brought back to New York, Rachel sold the story of her and Anna to a publisher. She not only paid off all the debt, but also earned a large sum of money. Anna's scams spread completely. A reporter spent half a year interviewing people related to Anna, only taking a few hours to write the story about this European scammer. The magazine just launched and caused a nationwide sensation. Everyone was astonished that this young girl could manipulate so many rich people by herself. Immediately, she became a dark history that the entire upper class didn't want to mention. But her extraordinary experiences and fashion sense still made everyone talk excitedly. Unexpectedly, Anna, who had tried her best to infiltrate the upper class, now became famous nationwide through a scandalous path. Anna read the article about herself. The story was very good, but she wasn't satisfied. She said her father was an anonymous tycoon, and because he wanted to train her, he didn't give her an allowance. From beginning to end, she hadn't committed fraud at all. As long as her father transferred the money, she would immediately pay off all debts. To win this lawsuit, Anna hired a top lawyer. The lawyer told Anna that if she didn't want to go to prison, she had to say she was a provincial girl who transferred the money. She would immediately pay off all debts. To win this lawsuit, Anna hired a top lawyer. The lawyer told Anna that if she didn't want to go to prison, she had to say she was a provincial girl who exaggerated the truth because she wanted her startup to succeed. That way, the jury would then consider Anna's actions didn't constitute fraud. But Anna didn't agree with this approach. She insisted she was a rich young lady with extremely rich business knowledge. Her blind confidence drove the lawyer and reporter mad. To clarify the truth behind Anna's lies, the reporter interviewed the rich women she had scammed. Initially, they all didn't want to accept the interview, fearing losing face by appearing in the news. Fortunately, the reporter promised to use fake identities for reporting, and only then did they agree to reveal details. However, none of them underestimated Anna. Good fashion taste, fluent in many foreign languages, confident demeanor. No matter how you looked at it, she didn't seem like a fake socialite. The reporter was also very shocked after hearing this. Could it be that Anna was really a rich young lady as she claimed? To uncover this mystery, she could only go to Germany to find Anna's father. On the way, she constantly imagined whether Anna's father was a master scammer, and whether she had become like this today under his influence. Or was he truly an anonymous tycoon, which was why Anna always insisted she was a rich young lady. But upon arriving there, the reporter was completely astonished. Anna's father was just an ordinary construction worker. He said Anna had left home for the US after graduating high school, and they knew nothing about what happened afterwards. As for Anna's mother, she said that although Anna was her daughter whom she gave birth to with hardship, she never knew what her daughter was thinking, and her daughter didn't want to communicate with her. Every time there was a family gathering, she would lock herself in her room, immersing herself only in magazines about the upper class. Other than demanding money for clothes and handbags, they were like strangers under the same roof. Looking at the couple's attitude, the reporter was a little disappointed, but it was enough to prove that Anna was not from a rich family. The reporter advised Anna to reveal her background in court, that way she could reduce her sentence and give the public a perfect ending. But Anna absolutely refused. She always believed she was a businesswoman, and once her background was exposed, it meant she admitted she was a scammer. The matter escalated, finally reaching the New York Supreme Court. And Anna wasn't idle at all. Knowing she would surely be convicted, she came up with a new plan. Anna called a close friend, asking her to find her a top celebrity stylist. She wanted to appear on the day of the trial in the most shocking way. As soon as the close friend heard, she knew what Anna wanted, immediately contacting her stylist friend, but the other person, upon hearing it was to style the queen of scammers, refused without thinking. Unable to hire a stylist, Anna naturally didn't give up. She called her defense lawyer again, asking the lawyer to prepare her outfit for court. But the man was so troubled by Anna's matter that his hair was a mess, and wasn't in the mood to worry about such trivial matters. On the day of the trial, Anna, again because she complained the prison clothes were too ugly, kept not showing up, making the judge and jury wait for half an hour. In the judge's eyes, this was clearly an act of challenging his authority, so he told the lawyer that before he finished his coffee, if Anna still didn't appear, his career would have another failure. Reluctantly, the lawyer rushed to find Anna, begging her to wear the newly bought shirt and pants to urgently go to court. But Anna was unmoved. Other than an evening gown, she refused to wear anything else. The lawyer could only ask the reporter to go to a clothing store to buy one temporarily. Finally, right before going to court, Anna was dressed in the Chanel outfit as she wished. She walked into the courthouse with her head held high. imagining the place was packed with reporters scrambling to interview her. But reality left her utterly disappointed. The buzz among netizens had gradually cooled down, and no one cared about the fate of this female scammer. In the courthouse, other than a few scattered people, there was no one else. After the trial officially began, the lawyer tried his best to define Anna's actions as lying, not fraud. He built up the image of Anna as a pitiful girl from a poor background, starting a business alone in a foreign land. To gain the trust of investors, Anna merely exaggerated the truth. There was no fraudulent behavior here at all. Under the lawyer's compelling defense, the jury seemed to be slightly swayed. But Anna's mind wasn't focused on that at all. After turning her head to look at her friend immediately understood. She turned on her camera and snapped photos rapidly towards Anna. After going home, she used Anna's name to create a new social media account, posting all her court outfits. Seeing someone about to go to prison who still had the presence of mind to walk the red carpet, Anna became famous online again. In the blink of an eye, she became a hot minor star, and everyone scrambled to buy the clothes she wore. From then on, Anna became even more actively showcasing her unique style when going to court. Every time she had a court appearance, if she wasn't dressed lavishly, she absolutely refused to appear. The New York Supreme Court seemed to have turned into her personal fashion week. No matter how the lawyer defended her, she didn't care. Her goal was just to stand out. After Anna became famous again, Rachel, who had previously accused her, was also exposed. Netizens cursed at her on her account, criticizing her for spending Anna's money, enjoying an upper-class life, and relying on betraying her friend to profit. The netizens' hatred for the traitor helped Anna turn the situation around and gain public sympathy. At the confrontational trial between the two, Anna's defense lawyer seized on this point of betrayal, asking sharp questions to Rachel. During the time she knew Anna, did she ever pay for even a single glass of wine? She said that Anna was her closest friend, but turned around and wrote Anna's scam story in a magazine, and also sold it to 3 different publishers, earning a total amount reaching millions of dollars. Under the lawyer's relentless questioning, Rachel completely collapsed. She was so humiliated she had no face left, and from then on, gained the reputation of betraying her friend. But even so, Anna still couldn't escape the punishment of the law. In the final trial, the jury listed 10 charges she had committed: huge debts evaded at 6 luxury hotels, credit card debt, and writing bad checks 4 times, a total amount reaching millions of dollars. Finally, she was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Hearing the result, Anna immediately collapsed. She was unwilling, yelling that she was just one step away from success. Fortunately, she had still left herself a way out. Thanks to the fashion show photos at the trial, Anna became famous nationwide. Film tycoons smelled the immense commercial value in it, immediately bought the rights to Anna's story for $2 million, intending to bring her story to the big screen. After getting out of prison, Anna not only received sky-high royalties, but could also rely on the fame of the TV series to turn the situation around.
Bye, Ma.